Welcome back
It's
to
Super Week.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Sunday.
Episode 58, though, also.
It is episode 58.
Of the Until Next Week podcast.
And you know what Super Bowl it is?
It is Is it 58?
Super Bowl 58.
Yo, we planned that. We did that on purpose, man.
Because 5 plus 8 is 13, Taylor Swift.
It's 13, Taylor Swift.
That's her favorate number, you meatball.
That's what everything is Taylor Swift nowadays. It's the same thing with like the flights to Las Vegas from Kansas City. It's like
13 flights.
Are there
13 hours apart or something like that?
There's a lot of flights, and then it's like 13 there, like 87 back, I think, or 1989 back. I don't know.
I don't care.
This is the Taylor Swift podcast. We're back.
It's the Taylor Swift Super Bowl podcast.
Yes, she made it to the Super Bowl. I mean, America's happy. We're happy. Everyone's happy. No one, including Chads, Brads, or Dads, are mad that Taylor Swift is now in the Super Bowl.
We rhyme now.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a good episode in for you today. There's a lot of stuff we'll talk about. You'll listen, you'll hear it. It'll be good. It'll be great. And Dane is here, and Michael isn't, so it's going to be a good one.
Michael, where are you?
No, he's not here. So, yeah, but episode 58 is coming at you. We'll see you. Welcome back to episode 58 of the Until Next Week podcast.
We got a new soundboard.
He just took my update. I mean, that wasn't my update, but yeah, we have a new soundboard, so it may sound a little different. We're still figuring out some details. I literally set it up right before all this happened. Dane was sitting playing Clash of Clans, and I was struggling.
Stop exposing me.
So hopefully this sounds good. We'll kind of figure it out as we go along, but we're excited.
If you want to join my clan, please DM us.
Oh, please DM us. Like what clan are you in?
I don't know. Oh, it's called the Kickouts.
Is it how good? Is it pretty bad?
It's the best. I'm the best. Dang it.
With this new soundboard, we also have sounds like this, so you can, whenever Dane says something that just deserves crickets, we can.
No,
keep it
you
going.
Deserve crickets.
No, I don't.
I want this in the middle where I can touch it.
I don't deserve crickets. I deserve this. We get applause.
Why is that one yellow?
I don't know. It's just how it was set up. So hopefully this isn't too annoying to all you. Hopefully it just adds something extra to the podcast. But we'll have some fun with it. We might change out some sounds.
Oh, for sure.
And get you listen to some interesting stuff coming up. But at least for today, it's just kind of the standard sounds, and we'll work from there.
I want one sound to be Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Why that? What would be the use of that in a normal podcast?
I can fit that into any conversation.
You can?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, okay. Who's going to win a Super Bowl?
Well, I'd love to tell you because that stonewall defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, much like the wall between Germany. Yeah, I don't remember where the wall was.
Well, that was a great.
Will fall.
You did a great job adding that into this whole mix right here. So, way to go! You did. Man, that has to be a button now.
I want a booing button too.
I mean, that's kind of the crickets. I think right now.
No, I want a boo.
I don't got a boo.
I need you, boo.
I can add a boo later.
I gotta see you, boo.
Let's see you, boo.
Hearts all over the world tonight. Singing Chris Brown.
That's really nice. Speaking of Chris Brown, make sure to subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave us 5 stars if you haven't already. If you have not left a written review on Apple Podcasts, do it. We'll read it on the podcast. We have a written review today that we'll read off at the end, and it just adds more to the podcast, which is awesome. And then, just do that. Or leave us voice memos. That's fun too. And then also tell your friends, because if we get 5 million subscribers by the end of the month, we will send out a free t-shirt that we'll create.
Nice.
Yeah. But we have to hit 5 million. We're getting close.
If we hit 5 million subscribers, Samuel will
do anything.
Dang it.
I will do anything if we get 5 million subscribers by the end of the week.
He will not do anything.
By the end of the week, I will do anything.
Okay, I'll match that with I will do nothing and he will do anything.
Okay.
I'm just busy.
Yeah. But other updates from the week, we had a K-Life Leader pool tournament that you did not show up to.
Yeah, because you don't have to show up when you're the automatic victor.
Did you win last year when we had this tournament?
So in the first round. I don't remember who I was playing, but I hit every ball in, and on the 8 ball I scratched and automatically lost for my team.
Well, hey, that's all. Well, and the thing with this tournament is, it's like all the K-Life leaders, so there's probably like 30 plus people there, and we're all split up. Like typically it's like a guy and a girl leader together. But if you don't go like undefeated or nearly undefeated, you probably won't be in the championship game. Pretty much. I'm assuming you weren't in the championship game last year. Yeah.
Not at all.
Does not surprise me.
I was dominating the first round and then just scratched on the 8-ball. Just lost.
I definitely, I think, was overconfident in my ability last year. Like, I thought I would do so good, and then I just kept choking for my team, and then it was pretty disappointing, but I knew coming in this year I'd have a better chance. The partners are chosen randomly. And
who was your partner last year?
It might have been Maddie Barrett.
That's who I thought was my partner.
Oh.
So I have no idea.
But
I'm really not sure either.
If it wasn't her,
one of ours was Maddie.
And you're listening, I'm sorry. There's a lot of pressure on the podcast, and I can't remember. But we didn't do very well, so that's probably why I eliminate it from my mind.
Yeah, you block it out.
But
block out the haters.
It stinks so because I think she came up to me and told me she was my partner, but I thought it was Maddie, and now I'm forgetting.
I don't know.
So, but this year it was Susie.
Shout out Susie.
Yeah,
Susie
shout out
Crabgrass.
Yeah.
From Nessie Classified.
Yeah.
School Survivor guy.
Yep. She was my teammate
in her 40s now.
But yeah, I wanted to have a better showing this year compared to last year. And with you not being there, I knew the pressure was off that I would have a chance.
That's such a good point.
Because with you being there, everybody's like, okay, we got to let him win. He has cancer.
That's such a good point. But Mitch is good at everything.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, guess who his, so it was random partners. They put the names in a hat and they're like, okay, girls, pick the guy's name who will be your partner. Guess who Mitch's partner was?
I can't believe that it was Carol Larimore.
No.
No, it was his fiance, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
like, okay. So maybe it's rigged a little bit. And then one of the last people drawing, guess who it was? It was Julie. Guess who she picked?
No way. She got Joe.
She got Joe. And
Joe and Julie are married people.
And they played pretty bad together.
Oh, yeah. Julie's what we would call not very athletic.
She is
pretty
she's
athletic.
a great leader, though.
And she's French.
Is that why she's not athletic? Per you, that's what you said. Is that why?
You can quote me on that.
Okay.
I think I've said that to her face.
Well, yeah. I mean, in France, they just go to the pool and swim, and she was a little confused on the rules of this game, and it got a little.
I get that.
She came in a bathing suit. It was strange.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was.
Good thing I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, so Susie and I, we started off, I think I was kind of nervous, like getting into it. And with these games, they have like a 10-minute time limit.
That's lame.
So you usually think like, okay, I'll finish a pool game in 10 minutes. But whoever we played first, we just kept on missing like every single ball. And it got down and the timer went out. And I think we had to put like 3 in and they put like 2 in. So we got the win.
Losers.
And then a similar situation happened like the next few games. So we kept on picking up the dubs. So, I mean, we're in a good spot. And then we got to like our third or fourth game. And literally the third hit, one of the people on the other team just hit the black ball. It was like 1-2, like the game was done in like 42 seconds. We're like, well, good game.
I bet that was Jake Pridgeon.
It was. Oh, was it? No, I don't think it was him.
I don't care. I think it was him.
Whoever it was, though, like the guy was just like so disappointed because apparently that was the second time the girl had hit.
Oh, it was the girl. That's always
it was one of the leaders that, because there's a lot of new leaders and I don't know all the names because I'm a bad person.
Yeah, one of those young Thundercats.
Yeah. So that happened and we're like, okay, got another dub, and we just kept going and going and going. We did face Joe and Julie, and I think it was kind of close, and then we just kind of blew them out of the water.
In the championship.
And then we got down to the championship, and it was with 2 other people, and I'm going blank who we played. It was Mia. She was the girl, and I'm going blank on the guy, and this is bad. I can't believe I'm going blank right now. But
is it somebody we know?
It was one of the K-Life leaders. And yes, it was, but I can't think right now. I'm literally going blank on who it was.
I don't know.
It was Luke. It was Luke.
Oh, that kid?
It was Luke and Mia. That's it. And we started out kind of even, sort of. Like we started hitting the balls in, and then they kept missing like every shot. And Luke was getting so frustrated at himself and at Mia. And then it got down to like 4 balls left, and I started going on a run with like good shots. And then it got to the point where, because the shot, it was like right on the edge, and I couldn't, with me being right-handed, I couldn't like hit it directly, so I had to go behind the back, and everybody's like, whoa, what are you doing? And I made a shot. I was like, oh my gosh. And then the guy's like, oh, we're gonna make the next shot with your eyes closed, and I aimed it up, closed my eyes, shot it, and made it. He's like, oh, what are you doing? And then I think I had one more shot. It was a very tight like corner shot, and I just barely tipped it. It went in, and we won. And I think Luke and Mia made like 1 ball in, and we got all the other 8. And it was like, let's go.
Mia's not very good with her hands because she's a soccer player.
I was confused how this was going with pool, but yeah, we ended up blowing them out of the water. We had a great showing, and then right afterwards, Joe took his pretend mic and was like, "Okay, so Susie, how did it feel carrying the team?"
Suzalyn.
So she had her little interview for a little bit. And actually, she did carry us in some of the games because some I was just not shooting very well, and she definitely played well. So that's the only reason we got to that part.
She's a shooter.
Yeah. And then they asked me, it's like, okay, do you want to shout any sponsors? And I was like, first of all, I want to thank Jesus Christ for this win.
Facts,
And then Joe's like, wait, as a sponsor? I'm like, yeah, everybody else knows.
Yeah, if the real ones know.
And then I was going to say like the second one. I didn't go Jake Trust and Art. I said someone else at first. And I think Maddie Bear's like, what? No, Jake Trust and Art. I'm like, he's our third sponsor this time in the pool tournament. Okay.
I'm so glad she knows our sponsors. That means she sometimes listens.
Yeah. She was like literally shouting. Oh, I think she caught up like recently, or she catches up a lot and then falls behind and then catches up.
Maddie, if you're listening, you have too much time on your hands.
And hey, this is a quality podcast. Thank you for listening. But I thought it was funny. So that's when I had to shout out. Like I almost went Jake Trust and Art immediately. But honestly, I don't know how many of those people actually know who that is.
Unless shout out to Jake Trust and Art.
Unless they listen to the podcast. Because if you don't listen to the podcast, you'll just know him probably as Jake Williams. What?
I didn't know which one that was going to be.
That was a great one. You picked it right. You didn't know what it would be. So, that was good timing.
That was great.
Yes. Shout out to sound effects. But at the end, then we got to choose prizes. So they had like that. I think the ideal prize was they had 2 like Kanaka Camps like hammocks. And then they had like 2 K-Life hats. And the winners and losers both got to choose a prize, but the winners got to choose first. And obviously the hammocks are the better prize over the hats. But I actually already had one of these hammocks. But because I thought the hammock was still the better prize, I picked it anyway.
Dang it.
And then Susie picked a hammock. And then Luke picked a hat, and then I think I mentioned something like, yeah, but I already got like a hammock. He's like, oh, I'll trade you. I'm like, why would I trade with you? I just chose this.
I could have just taken the hammock.
I had the first option. I could have chosen this. Like, right. I don't need it here. Even though the hats are cool, but I was like, I think the right choice is to pick the hammock, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
But
were any of the hats black?
It was just like that K-Life hat that I think Joe posts pictures of it sometimes. It just says like K-Life across the top, and I think it's like blue.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just really into that Kanakuk thing.
I'm so confused. It was a K-Life hat.
Oh, he's really in that K-Life hat.
Yeah. Well, he wears like all the gear. Like whenever I show up to see him, he's
like always getting free gear.
It's a random T-shirt or a random jacket or random pants or random like socks, and each time it just says K-Life. And I'm like, what in the world? Like all his gear is K-Life or Kanakuk.
Yeah, he had a really nice jacket on the other day, and it said K-Life on it. I was like, let me get one of them jackets.
I'm pretty sure that's how they keep people in the ministry because you don't get paid like crazy well.
Whoa.
But they're like, hey, we'll provide you with every single piece of K-Life branded clothing we can think of.
Yeah.
So he's I think he's given like a stipend to live probably.
Yep.
And then he has basically a stipend for clothes, and then who knows, maybe they'll have like some K-Life food for him. I don't know.
He actually told me what he's getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to discuss that on the pod.
I will say it now.
$450 million
a day.
Yeah.
Dang it.
That's what he gets paid. Plus he gets the clothing, so it's worth it.
That's so worth it. And the housing stipend's worth it. Because then you can just pocket all that money.
Yeah, he's getting so rich off
so
ministry.
So much money.
I know.
And
it's awesome.
Since his wife is also in ministry,
they're banking.
They probably are making the equivalent of one usual person's income.
I can't say too much though because he does have a house.
He does. They're about to get a second house.
Rich.
That's so crazy rich.
And it's great because we're talking about him right now, but they don't listen to the podcast, so we're good.
They're a bunch of haters.
Oh.
You know,
they're the haters of the week or whatever.
They are. That's a good idea. We need to have haters.
I think we've talked about that before, but we don't need to get into it too much. But
they
can be our haters of the week this week.
Yeah.
Even though he's very nice and Julie's okay. She's pretty nice sometimes. Just kidding.
No, Julie's a nice kid.
I mean, we were one of only 2 people who actually reached out to you, be like, hey, why aren't you at the pool tournament?
No, you reached out to me. Julie reached out to me.
Yep.
Maddie reached out to me. And Kara reached out to me.
So 3 podcast supporters and Julie.
Basically.
Yeah. So 2 people who want to be on the podcast, me, and then Julie's like, you got a podcast? I'm like,
who wants to be on the podcast?
Yeah. I think Maddie and Kara.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're not allowed on the podcast.
Even though we have a setup where we can do 4 mics, we have to reach 4 million subscribers first. So
no, they have to send in a 1-minute video convincing us.
1-minute video so we can play the video on the pod.
Yeah.
But you won't see the video, but you can listen to the video.
And then we let the good people of the podcast decide.
Why have they not left us a voice memo yet?
That's
what I want to know. If they really care about it that much, you send the voice memo, you send the review. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she sends a review. It's been a while. I don't read through them every single night. It's every other night.
People who write reviews, send in voice memos, are the ones who care. And so everybody who's sent in one or written a review, thank you for caring.
Yeah.
Because the NBA cares.
And we'll get to that later on in the pod. But those are all my fun.
That was just your update of the week.
Okay. So the only other update I really had was this past week. My brother asked me, "Is like, hey, these people need help like moving all this furniture," and it's like really heavy furniture. And of course, like my brother's like 6'7", he's 300 pounds. It's literally like pure muscle, so that helps.
Aren't we all?
But it was some heavy furniture. But I did get pretty swole during the process. Got paid for it, and then I guess we have to do it again like next week.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, we have to wait until next week to do it again. And then besides that, I got a good lift in this morning with my good friend Andrew.
Helping people move and just moving in general is a top 3 worst thing ever.
Yeah, but we got paid, which was nice. And it was really just moving stuff from like inside their house into their garage because they're getting like the floors redone. But it was pretty heavy and it wasn't super easy, but we got it done.
Well, I'm glad because that moves it from 2 to 3 for me. For top 3 worst things of all time.
Oh, okay. So 2 or 3 of the worst things, and that kind of is a good lead in to your update from the week, which is
concerts.
You went to concerts.
Yeah. So my top 10 haters of the year last year, number 4 was cancer.
Yeah.
And it won't go away.
Understandable.
Went up to St. Louis. This will be more brief, I guess.
Okay.
Because there wasn't a ton with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's just a second opinion from the Washington University doctors.
Shout out.
And they said the biggest thing that he said is that it's not really 4 tumors. It's more like 8 tumors that are still left, but they're still small, I guess. And then he said that with that, he goes, the only kind of solution is going to be to have surgery to remove them. He said, but it really depends because if they keep shrinking, we're just going to let them keep shrinking. So he's like, you're going to do a scan February 22nd, and then if they show signs that they've shrank, we'll go another 8 weeks and see if they shrink again, all the way until they just stop shrinking or start growing.
Yeah.
And then we'll have surgery, and it'll be 1 lung at a time, apparently. And
that's so much fun.
I know. I was like, oh, so if I don't enjoy it the first time, maybe I'll enjoy it the second time.
Yeah. I mean, they always talk about going back for seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm so glad you can't just do both at the same time. But the only good news that came out of it was it's not going to be like cracking open my chest. It's going to be like between my ribs, they said probably. Which is coolio.
That is good.
That's way better than cracking my chest. I would have said just put me out to pasture if you're going to do that.
I did notice, is that that's basically your update?
I mean, more or less.
The other update I see is you're getting a mustache.
I know. I look beautiful again.
I love the hair on your face.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
I'm not red anymore.
Shout out.
I can't tell if it's peach fuzz or if it's kind of long to be peach fuzz now.
I think you had like a brand new sweater you put over your face and some of the fabric got stuck there. So I don't actually know if it's hair.
No, it's hair.
But hey, we'll make sure to get a picture after this with like the setup and everything so we can post something maybe on Instagram. We'll see. Hey, shout out. Follow the @Until Next Week podcast Instagram because we post stuff. You know, we post things, and that way you can get kind of updates and look on our link tree and everything else to get to all of our different fun things.
If you don't follow me on Instagram, then dishonor on you.
Dishonor on your family.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Shout out Mushu from Mulan and Eddie Murphy, who played Mushu. Supporters of the pod. Fun fact.
Mushu.
Yeah. Grinds my gears. It is a segment that we do.
And all of China.
All of China grind your gears?
Well, I mean, yes.
Grind your gears. All of China.
No, I'm going first.
So. Okay, you go. It's your podcast.
So, do you know how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dating?
Whoa. What?
I know.
I thought, dang.
They are.
Okay, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
So, obviously, I have done my fact research, and according to facts,
According to facts,
they started dating as a political stunt here because as she continues to date Travis, her fan base within the NFL continues to grow, aka white conservative men. And so as it grows, they start becoming indoctrinated and loving Travis and Taylor because they love and they cuddle for enjoyment. And so they
love stable relationships.
They love stable 2-parent income household relationships.
2-parent income relationships.
I keep saying
not
that.
2-parent household, 2-parent income relationships.
That's what I always say to married people. I'm like, you ain't got no problems because you got 2 incomes. I don't want to hear it. But but so they're dating, and all these white conservative men are watching football, and they're like, oh, that Travis guy, I bet he knows how to catch a football and also I don't know, take care of a home and a wife and things like that.
Yeah, because that's what most of them are talking about during when they show Taylor Swift. They're like, man, so glad this is happening.
Because secretly, when men are watching football together, they share their feelings.
It's kind of like being around a bonfire.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, you burning things, and that makes you want to share your feelings. Yeah. Which, what was it? Oh, yeah. So when we were watching football this past week.
You watched football?
The NFC and AFC championship game.
Did you watch the Cowboys?
Oh, you didn't watch the Packers?
No, I didn't.
I don't want to hear it.
I was just asking. I was like, hey.
But when I was watching the NFC championship game, it was during my small group, and we paused it, and then
Your small group or the game?
No, we paused the game, which Dane starts to get angry right about then.
Yeah.
And then he turns it back on and skips ahead. But when we had paused it, the 49ers had just scored to make it 24-10. They were down. We turned it back on, and they had just gone up 10 points, 34-24.
Shout out 49ers.
And when I say Dane was livid, I mean livid.
Yeah. I mean, you wanted Eminem in the Super Bowl. You wanted two forces, Eminem versus Taylor Swift.
Well, I was like, this was an amazing game that I just missed because so that we could share our feelings.
That's why you were livid. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were like, dang it, the 49ers.
No, because they were down 24-3 at one point. And I was like, this game's over, blah, 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 whatever. And then we turn it back on, and they're up 34-24. And I was like, are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure I think I had to do some work during that time. And I was looking, I just kind of just saw the score updates. So I'm like,
at least you got to see the score updates.
I was like, snap. So then I watched the very end, which I saw the line score their last touchdown. And so they had a small chance to maybe get the onside kick, but then they didn't. And the world ended for them.
They have a less than 4% chance. But so what grinds my gears is the NFL is rigged for political gain.
Obviously. I mean, it's just rigged in general.
Obviously,
Yeah.
So Travis and Taylor dating, white men watching.
Whoa. They're dating?
No.
I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly.
Allegedly
That should be one of the new
That
voice.
should be one of the drops.
Allegedly. Yep.
But so then they're dating so that she can influence all the people from his fan base, and she can influence all the people from vice versa.
Yeah. You know what we're saying.
Yeah. He's influencing all the Swifties, and she's influencing all the football players to then get Joe Biden elected to a fifth term. Let's bring him back.
Did you say a fifth term?
Yeah. I'm not talking about a second term.
What?
They're going to lock him in for the next 4.
He's going to literally be like from Avengers, like Infinity War, turning to dust. Be like, oh no. He's won the election, turns into dust. He's still there. We're good.
You don't know what modern medicine can do. And also, people can be frozen.
Yeah.
Which, have I told the good people of this podcast my plan of life?
Maybe. We're 58 episodes in, so I don't remember everything you talk about.
In 2050.
Okay.
No, 2047.
We'll have a lot of episodes out by then.
So true.
Yep.
2047, I will be turning 50. That's when, this will be exactly after my first presidential term.
Okay.
I will then be frozen in time and brought out of the frozen chamber when the world needs a leader most, which will be 2090.
Wait. Oh, okay. So you're in the presidential term, and then you that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, no, 2090.
Will we still be able to do the podcast when you're president?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
good. I bet you'll get more viewers.
Yeah.
Or listeners.
Side note.
Okay.
You know what I heard this week? Michelle Obama in her new book said that
she has another book.
I don't know. I guess.
Okay.
I never have read any books, let alone her book. But no, I've read books.
Yeah.
But so
wait. I just thought of something. Is she Mobamba? If you could, Michelle Obama,
Mabama.
I don't know. Sorry, let's get off this. Okay, what were we saying?
So she said in her most recent book that
she was married to a president.
No.
She wasn't?
That's a conspiracy theory. But
it never happened.
She said,
we're all in a simulation.
Wow.
Have you ever been to the White House?
No.
How do you know it's real?
Have I ever been to Maryland? No.
Okay.
Monroe? Everything wet or east of the Mississippi is
everything
fake.
wet. Everything wet in the Mississippi.
I almost said west.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say.
You're like, what?
Wet.
Yeah.
But she said in her book that as president, you have to pay for your meals.
Did she say it or write it?
Yes.
Okay.
I
feel like I have heard that before, but it's like...
That's unbelievable.
Okay, you have to pay for your meals, but at the same time, you allegedly only get like $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
But in reality, you make millions
from your super PAC.
Of everything happening. That's why they're multi-millionaires by the time they are done with their presidency, and even like during it. And then they can go on like any speaking tour they want and get paid a fortune from whoever.
Former president blah 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 is here to talk to you about chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Shout out chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So clearly, Taylor and Travis are dating just for political gain.
Okay, that all makes sense.
Obviously.
Thanks for bringing it back to that.
Side note, if Taylor were to run in the election, I think she would legit get 92% of the vote.
She would get a lot.
Yeah.
That's why that's why she's dating Travis right now.
But she's not old enough to run for president.
She's
She's 33.
They'll change
for
the rules
her,
for
they'll
her.
change the rules.
Yeah.
Let's just overturn the Constitution.
I mean,
again.
if Taylor Swift says so, it is so.
I mean, you're not wrong. So let's do it.
Okay. Taylor Swift. She'll sing at her own inauguration.
This is the wokest podcast we've ever had. We're finally enlightened.
Michael comes off the podcast for 1 week, and we go from being base to woke.
Yep, we are woke. Dang it, that's the wrong one.
Were you trying to go this one?
Nope.
Which one?
I wanted a different one.
That one?
No.
This?
No.
This?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's do that again. What are
did
we?
I say? Werewolves.
No. You're like, we are
the wokest podcast. Wait, I want that to be the drop whenever I put my conspiracy theory hat on.
Oh.
Every time I say, hey, I have a conspiracy theory. Yes.
Okay, hopefully this isn't way too annoying for you. Maybe it's making this whole thing better. We'll see.
We're just excited.
We'll see. Okay, so what grinds my gears is procrastination. Especially when that procrastination happens by myself, which is most procrastination that actually happens.
Yes.
We have a dodgeball tournament coming up for you might have the same problem as me.
Wait.
We have a dodgeball tournament coming up this next week for K-Life.
Oh, that's next Saturday?
A few weeks ago, they sent out a message in our group meeting like, hey, we're not buying tons of shirts unless you sign up. And they sent us a link. They're like, hey, fill out this form, and then we'll make sure to order your shirt. And I was like, I got time later on. And then about 3 weeks has passed, and the event's about a week. It is a week away. And then I sent a message in our group meeting. I was like, hey, so about those signups, is there any chance that we can still get a shirt? And then, of course, Taylor comes back and be like, no, we already ordered. I'm like,
flippin' Taylor.
Well, I blame you because they should have gave us one last warning on the day they were ordering, like, hey, if you have not done this yet, then you should sign up to get a shirt because it's her fault for my procrastination.
If it makes you feel better.
So what grinds my gears actually is Taylor not reminding me what she should as female leader of K-Life.
Freaking Taylor Rosier.
Yeah.
Or eyes.
Razagers.
But I'll do you one better. I don't even remember reading that message.
Well, I think it was just kind of they were sending some long messages to us like back to back to back to back. And I think this might have been at one of our leader meetings maybe. And then they just kind of threw in all these announcements and kind of threw that in there and then sent us a link. And I think they only sent it to us once. Yeah. So it could have been easy to miss.
Well, I'm in 5 group meets for K-Life alone.
Why are you in so many?
I'm in
You're probably
Super K, middle school club,
okay, so
my own small
and then
group.
the K-Life leaders and then the
K-Life
and
leaders.
then the guys.
And the guy. Oh, I'm at 6 actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about the guys one.
Yeah.
So I'm in Super K, middle school club, my own small group, my old small group, guys, and the leaders.
Okay, yeah, I'm just in 3. I'm in my small group, which has been the same one going across the board, and then I'm in the guys one, and I'm in the main one with everybody. Yeah. So, and I'm most active in the main one usually. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, listen to the podcast, and I think they might mute me. I think that's what's happening.
That's got to be it.
Because that's why we're not at 4 million subscribers yet. Because those leaders aren't sharing it with their friends.
It's because Maddie Barron's not giving us clout.
But she's listening to us, and actually she does pump up the pod when it's mentioned like at meetings. So she does better than most.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We're talking to you, everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else, if you're listening, do better. You know? But yeah, a little disappointed that I'm not getting a shirt, even though my team will likely win the tournament because we're studs. And yeah, so that's where we're at. But we also
I want to play.
Yeah, Dane has a new game and he won't tell me what it is. Actually, he might have asked me if I wanted to know, and I'm like, yeah, just wait.
I definitely asked you if you wanted to know. You said no.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
I said, Samuel, do you want to know the name of the pod or the new game? And you said
podcast, mean the Until Next Week podcast, which you can leave 5 stars on Spotify and Apple and leave us a written review and voice memos. And then while you're at it, buy 2 pickleball paddles from me for $98.
You should have
link
that
in
clipped
bio.
out.
You just have the entire thing. So each time I need to run down everything, push the button.
Oh, yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that would be great.
Be a good idea.
Yeah.
So this game, and it might be a new rotating segment thing, but I would have to do a little more preparation every time.
Yeah.
It's called is this a Bible verse or a Taylor Swift lyric?
I feel like I've heard about something along these lines before, and I'm all for it.
I've totally stolen this game.
Well, good thing I've memorized every single one of her lyrics and the entire Bible.
Since yesterday. So basically, I'll read a lyric or a verse, and then you.
I hope you read a really out-of-pocket Bible verse.
Oh, I do too. But I've definitely stolen all of these.
Okay.
So the first one is.
Okay. And here's the intro to this, and it is.
No, this is the conspiracy theory one.
I know.
What happened to that other one? Did you kick it off?
Which one?
I don't know. It had a nice beat to it.
I mean, we had the laughter, the applause, the sad trombone, the written.
What's the one that you go over for?
That one I didn't think have anything. They didn't have anything. We originally did have one sound that I dubbed over. So that was like another like intro music. I'm like, I don't need this other random intro because we got our own intro.
Well, I wanted it to be a segment intro.
Well, again, we can work with this because we got this device. But who cares? We are back at it right now. So applause right now. There we go. Thank you, crowd. We're doing a live podcast. What is this new game we're playing? You already said it.
Dang it. It's called, is this a Taylor Swift lyric or a Bible verse?
Okay. Do you know who she's dating? Travis Kelce?
So the verse is. So here's the first one.
Okay.
I remember it all. Oh, how I remember the feeling of hitting bottom.
Bible.
This is Lamentations 3:20.
I got it.
So, side note.
She doesn't talk about bottoms.
Side note, this is all the message version. That way it sounds closer.
I was going to say, I didn't really think that word would be in a Bible verse, but it started out like a Bible verse, so I went with it. Right. So I'm 1-0 or 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1. So the second one here. The time will come for us finally to win. We will sing hallelujah. We will sing hallelujah.
I feel like that has to be a Bible verse again.
All right, that is a Taylor Swift lyric.
She does not say hallelujah.
From the song Change from the Fearless album, she says that.
Oh, gosh, she has that old stuff that is kind of biblical in nature. See? So I gotta, she's all over the place. So I can't really think. Okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready.
Okay, this one says, long were the nights when my days would revolve around you.
I'm going Bible.
That is a Taylor Swift lyric.
No,
Dear John from the Speak Now album.
I'm 1 for 3.
1 for 3. This one says, have you ever seen anything like this? Ever seen pain like my pain? Seen what he did?
I shouldn't. I'm going Bible.
That is Lamentations 1:12.
Let's go. Message version. You sound too much like Taylor Swift.
Well, I actually left off a small part of it. It says, seen what he did to me.
Okay.
That may have swayed you.
So then it was the message version because you cut out some important context.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why don't listen to the message or read the message version.
We talked about this Bible versions a few weeks back. Listen to all our episodes to figure out which one.
This is just for a fun game.
2 for 4.
So it says, no amount of freedom gets you clean.
I feel like this has to be from the song Clean on Taylor Swift.
You are half right. It's a Taylor Swift lyric, but it's from You All Over Me, the Fearless album, Taylor's version.
Good thing I didn't have to name the album or song, so I'm 3 for 5.
So I think that was one of the extra songs she came out with on the Fearless Taylor's version.
Yeah.
So, because they said that specifically.
Yep, okay.
Okay. I give up on life altogether. I've forgotten what good life is like.
I feel like just because of the patterns we're going, I feel like I should bounce back to the Bible.
That's Lamentations 3:17.
Let's go. 4 for 6.
So this says, you'll find out what it's like to get drunk and wake up with nothing.
Bible.
That's Lamentations 4:21.
Let's go. 5 for 7.
And this is the last one.
Okay.
It says, and if you'd never saved me from boredom, I could have gone on as I was, but Lord, you made me feel important.
I'm going Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Let's go!
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, Midnight's album.
6 or 8. I am inevitable. I am the master of the Bible and Taylor Swift.
I thought you were going to be pretty shaky there whenever you were 1 for 3.
I know. I had a good comeback.
Yeah.
So 1 for... Hey, and I got 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, that's another applause. Applause break. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you. I couldn't do it without my great supporters.
Side note, Lindsay Reed sucks.
Say it again.
Pick one.
Say it again.
Lindsay Reed sucks. See, that's her ringtone, actually.
Yeah.
But side note with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So my
supporter of the pod,
obviously. Yep. She gave us the money for this equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So my stepmom this weekend turns to me and she goes, "Have you heard about the conspiracy theory that Taylor and Travis aren't dating?" I said, "Oh yeah, you're way behind." Which,
do you hear they're dating?
Yeah, yeah, that too. But she then goes, I'm starting to think that she's not voting conservative. I said,
she's really behind.
I said, Tammy,
like, have you?
I said, Tammy,
does she think she's a country music artist still? Also, like, what is happening there?
I said, Tammy, did you know that she endorsed Obama like back when he was running?
I legitimately watched an SNL clip of her the other day where she was saying like Obama. I'm like, I didn't even know about this clip.
I'm like, Tammy, you're so far behind. But also, I don't. Actually, that makes me think that she never voted conservative.
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, there's a chance she. I mean, again, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Big grand scheme of things, but yeah, I have no idea really.
But just her turning to me and saying that,
you know this,
like you're insane.
Yeah.
Dang it, Tammy.
That's funny. That actually is. I'm starting to think she.
That's
might
the kind
not.
of stuff she be saying to me.
I haven't seen her at the Trump rallies lately. I don't know.
Have I said what she said to me when I was in the hospital getting out for chemo the first time?
Taylor Swift came to you in the hospital?
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Okay, what did she say?
Kicked her out.
Oh, okay. You're like, hey, listen to me on the pod.
Yeah. No, my stepmom.
Okay.
When she picked me up.
Taylor Swift's your stepmom, or your stepmom picked you up?
Yes.
Okay.
No, my stepmom picked me up.
Okay.
With my dad.
Oh, you heavy boy.
What?
They both had to pick you up?
Dang it. I got it.
Oh, okay. This is so much fun.
Make it stop.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Dang it.
Yeah, you don't know how this works?
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
I just see colorful buttons.
And you want to push them. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
I remember purple
don't
one is
push the
crickets.
one that says record because that will stop all this.
Push the red button.
So make sure that one stays. Make sure these green ones stay. And I think we're in a good spot.
No.
Okay.
So Tammy said whenever she came and picked me up with my dad.
Yeah.
We were talking one night about, testicular cancer, it impacts my ability to have kids, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, it'll be okay. And my stepmom then says, you know what you could do, Dane?
After what she said most recently, I'm interested to see where this goes.
She said, you know what you could do, Dane, is you could have
I think
your brother use his sperm to fertilize your wife.
Why did you have to say
I was feeling awful. Like, imagine, like...
Do I need to bleep you there? I don't even know.
I don't know.
We'll just keep it.
Imagine the heights of chemo, and I'm feeling just awful. It's 11:30 p.m., and I'm trying to leave, and my dad says crazy things too, but we both look over at my stepmom like,
Tammy,
what did you just say?
That's a great idea.
And I said, no, like, it's not like imperative that like our kids are from the same bloodline as me. But at the same time, this is if I have a wife.
There's a lot of things that have to happen here.
Dang it, Tammy.
Also, yeah, that is, man, that would be something right there. And that is just
wow. Side note.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's coming up.
It is coming up. It is the Chiefs versus the 49ers. You like that? No, you don't?
I do.
I mean, we knew it was going to be Chiefs ever since they started dating. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Honestly, that's when the scriptwriters changed their mind.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to be the Ravens and a red team. But then they're like, wait. Taylor Swift has a Speak Now album, which is purple, so we can still have this in as the colors and have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
It was always going to be the 49ers.
It's Taylor Swift versus the 49ers.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because, like, they start dating, like, October, like, week 5-ish or so.
Yeah.
And then everything's just been all about that since then.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely rigged. And also, I lost faith in the NFL last week when the Ravens just scored 7 points in offense.
It didn't surprise me a ton just because they had some down parts in the middle of the season, but their defense was so good they somehow could make it out of it.
Yeah.
And if they start getting scored on, like, they, I think, crumble pretty easily.
No, I mean, their defense still only gave up 17 points. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Because I give it a 99% chance that the Chiefs will win.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that... Do
you know what the betting line is?
It's probably the Chiefs currently with how the 49ers have performed lately.
It is not the Chiefs.
They still think the 49ers will win?
So it opened at a 2-point favorite, 49ers, and now it's at 1.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
for the 49ers.
1.5?
Yep.
That's pretty close.
It is close, yeah.
We were talking earlier about the NFL is rigged for political gain.
Yep.
And I think I was seeing I listened to like one of the other podcasts, like whether it's Ghost Runners or like Trey Kennedy's podcast, Correct Opinions, or maybe it was John Chris' podcast. I listened to a lot of like similar podcasts.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And on one of them, they were talking about, it was probably John Chris' podcast, honestly. And they were like, this is so weird because right now, like going the political route, like all these conservatives are cheering on San Francisco to win the Super Bowl
instead of Midwest
over
Kansas City.
the Chiefs because they have Taylor Swift. And it's like, this is all flip-flop right now because typically they're like booing San Francisco and they hate them and everything else. And they're like, yeah, Midwest. But now it's completely flipped the script. We're like, you got to take down this Midwest team. You got to take down the Chiefs because they have Taylor Swift. And we don't know what will happen if they win because with what you were saying earlier, it's like the NFL is rigged for political gain.
Facts.
It's like, we can't let this happen. Come on, 49ers. This is all you. San Francisco, let's go.
But
let's ride.
There is that's wrong. That's
I know, but it sounds good here.
Take it.
Yeah.
There is I have zero part of my body that believes the NFL will let the 49ers win.
I see that elbow saying something. Maybe not.
That was the 1% earlier. But no, zero part of my body thinks the 49ers will win. The NFL simply won't let it happen.
Yeah.
That's
the the riders already decided.
Yeah, the riders have already decided.
Well, because also now this will be interesting because Taylor Swift is doing all her concerts like overseas and she's coming back because she has plenty of time because of the international dateline to be at the big game.
She will travel back in time.
I don't think she'll be able to make it to the parade unless if the NFL scriptwriters write in something happening crazy, where she can make it back and that way she can be on one of the floats with Travis Kelce as she's singing as they're going through Kansas City and then he proposes.
Nope, that's wrong. Okay,
she proposes.
Yes.
But
also, before we get to crazy prop bets or crazy wild predictions.
Okay, yep.
4 of the last 5 Super Bowls have absolutely been a travesty for Dane.
It's because last year the Chiefs beat the Eagles.
Yep, hated that one.
Mm-hmm.
The year before that was the Chiefs and Buccaneers.
And Buccaneers won.
No. The year before that was the Bengals and Rams. And I liked that one.
And the Rams one with Matthew Stafford.
Yep.
And then the year before that, the Bengals beat
the Bucks.
This is great
beat
content.
The Chiefs.
Yes, they did. Because
hated
Tom Brady.
That one.
Yep.
Yeah, hated that one. And the year before that was Chiefs 49ers. Hated that one.
And Chiefs won that one.
Chiefs did win that one.
Yeah.
And even before that.
That was 2020. And then 2019, I don't remember. It was probably the Patriots, most likely. Because every 2 years, Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl.
No, they got bounced in the first round by the Titans that year.
I think he wins every 2 years. I will look it up. You keep looking. You keep looking.
You're wrong.
Or you keep talking.
I keep looking. I'm looking. I'm
Super
looking.
Bowl.
Look it up.
Patriots, Rams.
No, that's the 2018.
It's in 2019,
that's the 2018 season, though.
It doesn't matter because in 2020 was when the
like
Chiefs
that one either,
won over the 49ers. So the year before
I hate that one too.
Was the Patriots over the Rams.
So you're telling me that the 2020 Super Bowl was actually the Eagles and Patriots?
No.
That was 2017.
No, 2020.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl that happened in 2020 was the Chiefs and 49ers.
Yeah, before COVID.
And then because of
that was 2019 season.
It's so stupid, but that's still the 2020 Super Bowl because it happened in 2020.
But most of the season was played.
It doesn't matter, though. It's so stupid when people say that. It's like,
you know what I think?
That's the season. Why? Is this your argument? Is this a sad trombone?
No, I didn't know which one that was going to be.
Yeah.
That's a trombone?
Yeah, it's trombone. Sad trombone.
I never thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, wild predictions.
Okay, wild predictions.
So,
Taylor Swift, even though she said she will not perform during the Super Bowl halftime show, they will show her during the halftime show more than the performers.
Interesting.
Yeah, they'll just keep going over to her like, oh, what does she think of Usher? She's just kind of dancing like, woo, let's go.
You know what I heard from the AFC Championship game is that Taylor Swift was on TV the equivalent, the same amount of time.
42 seconds or something.
I think it was less than that. But either way, the same amount of time that crab cakes were on TV.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And no one complains about the crab cakes.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's always mad about T Swift being on there, blah, blah, blah.
They're going to show her so much more during the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So many more. Like, already people watch the Super Bowl for, like, just the experience and commercials. But now people will be watching it for the commercials and Taylor Swift. There'll be something for everybody. Like, if you don't watch it for those commercials usually or the game, you're watching it for Taylor Swift.
True.
It will have every single person in the U.S. and every other major country watching what's going to happen there. Usher, it's going to go crazy.
Big shout out to Usher.
Yeah.
57 million people watched the NFC and AFC championship game.
How many? You got it?
I got it. That was awful.
Yeah.
But 57 million people watched those games.
57 billion people?
Yeah.
Billion?
No, billion.
Fillion. I'll fill you in on it later. Dang, that's good stuff.
So, but one of my wild predictions is that they will get engaged, but the Swifties won't let it happen. If you're really 100% behind Taylor Swift, she will propose to Travis, and Travis will become Travis Swift. Or else you're just not a real Taylor Swift fan. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
You know, Carrie Underwood, she is married, but she still goes by Carrie Underwood as a stage name. And that's what most artists do because, like Sadie Robertson, like she's not going to go by Sadie Huff.
She should.
I mean, on her name's like Sadie Robertson Huff, like online.
Why?
But obviously, most people know her by as Sadie Robertson.
Yeah.
Shout out.
It's kind of like Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce Knowles.
Is that her real name?
I think that's her real name. But then she married Dr. Dre, right?
I don't know.
Isn't it that?
Could be.
I think so.
When the pimp's in the crib, man.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Maybe it's not Dr. Dre. I'll look it up. You keep talking.
I don't know.
More crazy prop bets.
So another prop that I think is going to happen is that they will get engaged.
She's married to Jay-Z. So she's Beyonce Z. Beyonce Z.
Beyonce Z.
His real name is Sean Corey Carter. I understand why he goes. Yeah, like that's really tough rap music. Yeah, my name's Sean Corey Carter. Yeah, I'm going by Jay-Z.
Dang it. I think I can only name you one song by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
However, so I think that'll happen. I also think back to the
really quick. This is more important. So Beyonce's full name is Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. So she did take his last name.
This is more important.
But she only goes by Beyonce. Like no one's like, yeah, Beyonce Knowles in concert. It's Beyonce.
But if you want free money,
so Cardi B's real name. Okay. Yep. Free money.
Her real name is
Carnivorous
B.
Carnivorous B.
Carnivorous B.
Carnivorous
B.
Okay. Yeah.
So. But if you want free money, bet on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, bet any amount of money, you're going to make money off of that. So
I would love to see the prop bets where it'll be the over-under how much Taylor Swift is shown.
Oh,
I want to know what that's at. That would be great.
I wish those were out right now.
That would be a good one.
I don't know if they are or not. But good. The only good news for us is we are finally giving predictions before the games actually happen.
I know, because they had a week off, so it has time. But then for our episode next week, it'll come out after the Super Bowl. But it doesn't matter because we know the Chiefs won.
Yeah, we already know the Chiefs won.
Yeah.
They won 27-10.
They'll score more than 10, 49ers.
You think so?
I think it'll be a closer game.
27-14 then.
No, 24-20.
Interesting.
Yeah, 24-20. That's what I see happening.
Wasn't last time 24-10 when they played in the Super Bowls?
It was like one of them. But I think 24-20 is more likely to happen. I think that'll be a closer score at least. But it'll be a close game either way. I bet you, because the Chiefs usually start out by losing, most likely the 49ers will come out hot. And then
so if Travis and Taylor have a baby, what's the baby's last name?
Success.
It's Bolton because their child's name is Troy Bolton.
That's an old joke. Like so many people have shown it. Like, in 2040 whatever. It's like trying to decide between music school and going to the NFL.
What is it, Julia Roberts School of Performing Arts?
It would be even harder it would be like more like along that route if it was Jason Kelce and Taylor Swift, because Jason Kelce already has like multiple like top hits with his Christmas album. So
trash music.
But he's already married, so shout out to him.
To that soccer player.
Yeah, they have a nice looking family.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Read me something.
Any other prop bets you got, or you want to just kind of keep going?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I think we got the Super Bowl predictions, and we both think the Chiefs will win. Taylor Swift will be shown a lot. It'll be a good time.
I think the Chiefs are the only team allowed to win.
I bet you they'll break a record for the most people ever to watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, easily. I think it'll be blown out of the water.
It's going to, I say, whatever the highest number is, ever, viewers, I think it'll be at least, highest ever, I say at least 10 million higher.
So if it's like,
if the highest ever, let's say, I don't even know if this is right, if it's like 80 million, which is probably over 100 million, I'm curious. Yeah, how many are we looking at right now? Most ever.
In Super Bowl
history. Come on, let me know.
Bowl.
I bet you it's like 112 million.
It is
Am I right?
114 million.
Hey, that's pretty close. So 114 million. I say there'll be 130 million people. I think they'll blow it out of the water.
Last year was the highest Super Bowl ever, which makes sense just because the more and more people are there, and the more popular NFL gets.
Yeah. I say 130 million minimum. It'll be how many viewers they have.
I think it's going to be upwards of 150.
It's going to be crazy. Like literally the most people ever worldwide are going to watch it. Like because usually people out of the US are like football. That's not football.
That's not a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it should be good. Should be good. But yeah, we'll start kind of like closing up this episode, and we have a review that was left for us by Elizabeth Virgil.
Goat.
Shout out. Very great person. I met her a while back, and that's what she mentions in this review. So she gave us a 5-star review actually back in November, but then I think she went back and then left us a written review on top of her 5-star review, which popped up. I think it was actually here like a week ago, but I didn't really process this happened.
A week ago.
Yeah, but she had a 5-star review, and it says, encouraging and funny. I think those are our names. So are you encouraging and I'm funny?
No, I got it.
I think you're more than encouraging because you're the one who reads the Bible verse.
That's true.
So you're encouraging, I'm funny. But she said, I met Samuel at the Ghost Runners Rendezvous event. He was so delightful in person. I decided to give the podcast a try. Love that their number one sponsor is Jesus and that they share a scripture. I enjoy the randomness of the guys' conversation. That's true. And every episode I've listened to has made me laugh out loud. Highly recommend. Shout out Elizabeth. When we went to that Rendezvous event, which is what I talked about in that Ghost Runners episode, which is one of our most highly rated episodes ever because I stole a lot of the listeners. So shout out if you're one of those Ghost Runners listeners.
Stolen.
Make sure to post in the Ghost Runners Facebook group about my podcast so it doesn't look like I'm promoting it, but it looks like you're promoting it, and then we'll be good, you know?
Oh, let me just do it.
Yeah. You can just join and be like, hey guys, ever heard this? Like, wait, I think it can't be one of us though.
Oh, why?
It looks better when it's somebody else. But yeah, we randomly sat by each other and then we realized who each other were and had some good conversations, and very, very solid person. She's very supportive. I know she likes to send messages to both of us. Like they're just very nice. And she is a very great supporter of the pod. So
yeah,
5 stars. If you want to be read on here as well, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and we'll read it, you know?
I like 5 stars.
Yeah, it's good. It really is good. But also we have like the reviews you can do and like voice memos and everything else. We don't have any voice memos this week, but usually on every episode on Spotify, I leave some sort of like question.
Prompt.
Huh?
A
prompt that you can like vote on or discuss. And one of the questions was, is Bill Clinton actually Michael's dad? And 83% of the people said yes.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure Michael said yes as well.
You know,
so he agrees with all of this.
That's really hard to refute at this point.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Michael's dad is Bill Clinton. So shout out to Michael and I guess Bill.
Congratulations to both of you, really.
And because to keep on the pattern of having Michael on the podcast last week, I put, how risky is it having Michael on the Until Next Week podcast?
Yes, the answer
And I had a lot of responses, and I will read off some of them. Always coming to clutch, Ali Hoopy. She put, risky, but the communist chaos is worth it. I credit Michael for my newfound love of Colony House. Brock Purdy equals based, whatever that means.
Facts.
And then, again, like I asked, like, how risky is it having him on the podcast? And then Nathan, one of my friends, put, he did just say aroused.
He did. He says it.
And I think
but in the neurological sense.
I think he said that on more than one episode, but usually I bleep it. But that time I was like, we'll just keep it. We'll see. And then Josh Schmitz, he just left based. And then Alvaro, solid dude. He put, you should have a lawyer on retainer with what's like the cringe face.
Well, show me the emoji.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, like teeth gritty emoji.
Yeah. And then the last one was left by Michael himself. And it says, it's a risk not to have him. So this is a risky episode this week, I guess, because we did not have Michael on the pod, but I'm sure he'll want to be on here again because with our new setup, we can have up to 4 mics.
Oh, that's going to be so nice.
I know it's great for you because you've had to share and it's been interesting to watch.
Just back and forth. Michael kisses me on the cheek.
Yep. So keep finishing the sentence. We'll keep going.
Silly Michael. So what's your final thought of the week? We have a shared. Well, you can't put that if the people don't know what it is.
No, I don't need to put it. But Dane changed up our document and just put something that I'll have to bleep myself out for saying. So I'm not going to say that as my final thought.
Because we have a shared Google Doc.
Yeah.
So
Which also, this fun facts on the back of our shared Google Doc, Dane changed it to Taylor Swift at one point. It's just like the background. I kind of forget is there.
Like episode 3,
like
I made Taylor Swift our watermark.
Yeah. So we knew something big was going to be happening with her.
Yeah.
But I'll let you do your final thought, and I'll brainstorm to think if I have anything else.
Yeah. So my final thought is, I have to find it because it's a quote that I heard.
I love how prepared you are.
I found it. It's right here. It's the last one.
Okay, really quick. I'll go my final thought. You have 2 Mountain Dews. Why do you have 2 Mountain Dews for this podcast? And you only open 1?
Yeah, because you said we might record 2 today. Because
that is true.
You want to be inauthentic to the fans and have a job.
And then I took a while to figure out how to use this soundboard. Yeah. So we're only doing 1, and we got. I know that's why we got to finish up quick.
Right.
But yeah, my final thought is, why do you have 2 Mountain Dews? You gave the explanation. We're good. And now you have your final thought.
My final thought is a quote from a great theologian.
Yes.
And I'll read the quote before you guess the theologian.
Thank you.
You'll get 1 guess.
Mm-hmm.
So the quote is, "Bees are Satan's German shepherds."
Taylor Swift?
No.
Oh.
That is Theo Vaughn.
Oh, okay. Theo Vaughn, the theologian?
Yeah.
I like what you did there.
He's really funny.
That was really good. Can't you hear much of him laughing?
Hey, you guys sit down over there.
Yeah. Oh, no. This is good. This is good.
Live studio audience.
Oh, man. Oh, stop. Okay.
So, last night, 2 nights ago.
Yes.
I finished the book of Isaiah.
Whoa. I said the verse of the week, and I'm seeing something kind of big here.
What do you mean?
You have 2 separate books.
Because they tie together.
Okay. What are they?
So it's Isaiah 64.
Just really quick, our number 1 sponsor of the week is Jesus Christ. Shout out Jesus. Again,
I'm going to burn your house down.
Burn Jesus' house down?
No, not Jesus' house down. Because his house is built in our hearts.
He is. But we kind of say jokingly sometime, but also serious because, again, like, we wouldn't be here without him. And it just having solid friendship and everything else is because of him. So, yeah.
I taught the kids that this week.
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Shout out K-Life.
About fellowship.
Big
No,
fan
it
of
wasn't
Jesus.
K-Life. This
Well,
was
shout out to what at church.
This was Hill City
Okay.
kids.
Big fan of Jesus there too.
I hear.
Yeah. But your verses of the week.
So it's Isaiah 64, 8 through 10, and Ephesians 2, 8 through 10.
Yep.
So Isaiah 64, 8 through 10 reads as followed. Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, and you are the potter.
Mm-hmm.
We are all the work of your hand. Do not be angry beyond measure, Lord. Do not remember our sins forever. Oh, look on us, we pray. For we are all your people. Your sacred cities have become wasteland. Even Zion is a wasteland. Jerusalem is a desolation. So then that goes over to Ephesians 2, 8 through 10. I need to find right next to you. There it is.
Yep.
2, right after Galatians, everybody. So 8 through 10. So it kind of relates here. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one may boast. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. And how I kind of, in tying those together, is that it's just not by our own works.
Mm-hmm.
And when left to our own devices, you read kind of there at the end of 64, or in Isaiah 64 here, where he is the potter and we are the clay, and he's literally shaping us, and any good work that comes out of us is from him. And then when left to our own devices, it says, your sacred cities have become a wasteland, even Zion a wasteland, Jerusalem a desolation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just get to think about, like, whenever people want to stray from God, and like just a nation strays from God, you start to see it crumble. And you start to see flourishing go down the drain. And then when you follow the ways of God, you see flourishing abound. And it's like, hey, guess what? And I told the kids this on Wednesday. I said, there's an instruction manual for this thing called life. It was called the Bible, 66 books for how to live. You want to know the will of God, read the Bible.
Yeah.
And so I was like, kids, this is literally everything you need to know. And I told them, and I always get in trouble for saying this to them, where I say, school is important. It's not the most important. I was like, because from, 5 until 18, sometimes 22, you are learning about school and presidents and how this life kind of works as far as how it practically works, allegedly.
Obviously,
allegedly. I've never learned how to do my taxes at school.
No.
But then from 22 until 82, or however long you live, is learning how to actually live life and the nuances. And within those nuances, you find in the Bible many people who have lived out those exact same scenarios. And then you see how it plays out for them. And guess what? It plays out almost the exact same way for you.
Yeah.
So following God good, following not God bad.
So, God good, school bad.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Drop out of school if you're in school.
Awesome. Let's go. Number 2, sponsor of the week, Jake Trusts in Art.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah, that's all we have to say.
On the phone today.
Well, that's all we need to know. So number 3, sponsor of the week, Rodecaster Pro, which is our new setup here that we're still trying to figure out. Again, hopefully it sounds good this week. I'll get a dig into it a little bit during this editing process. But I was pretty excited to find this on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Got some other cool gadgets as well, which is mainly just like other mics and headphones and stuff. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more. Hopefully that'll make this whole setup a little better.
If you are a person, please submit an application for an interview to be on the pod. You have to go through 3 interviews and 3 applications and buy snacks.
And you can do all those.
Preferably warm snacks.
Yes.
Like pizza rolls.
But this should be a good advancement for the podcast, and
pizza rolls.
Hopefully it'll just keep sounding better each week. We'll see how it goes.
What should I have for dinner tonight?
Pizza rolls.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, fine. I'll have pizza rolls.
And maybe I was say maybe with this, because now we had some issue with like audio cutting out before. We might be able to have a better chance at maybe doing some video stuff coming up. I'll have to look into that a little bit more, but there is a higher probability that at least maybe clips might come out at some point. I know. But again, I've been saying this since last year, and it has not happened yet, but the odds have risen drastically.
That's so true.
So shout out to me.
Big claps. I want to push that one.
That wasn't
there. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I don't think the big claps was part of the applause.
What's this one do?
Oh. There you go. That's how I felt when you did all these.
Wait, then what does this one do?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to hear the other ones?
No. Ooh.
Oh, see?
We haven't done that one yet.
We didn't really have a reason to use that one this time around. But some closing thoughts. Yeah. Friday Pickleball. If you need 2 pickleball paddles for $98, use my code Samuel14434. And there's also links in the bio about that. And then also Dane is still doing ministry support.
Sure am. As of this morning, I've raised
$400 million.
No. I think I'm at 32% raised.
Let's go. Yeah. That's really good.
Which is crazy because I was at 16% on Thursday.
Yeah, making big money moves. Yeah. Let's go.
I literally doubled my support in 2 days.
If you want to support him, we have a link in the bio. Just make sure. It says in the bio as well that if you do this, you need to send a message either to him directly or to the Until Next Week podcast Instagram, because they have to track all that, because for some reason it can't track in the system.
So it only tracks whenever you actually start giving, and everybody puts down the date of July 1st when they start giving.
Okay.
Because that's when I actually start my job.
Okay.
So I won't see that they've started giving until July 1st, so I won't know how much to raise. Then I'll keep asking people. Then I'll raise way too much money. And
I feel like there's a better system, but it's okay.
Tell Hill City that.
Hey.
I'll tell them that.
Hey, if they'll listen to the podcast, they'll know.
Well, yeah. They better not listen to podcasts. They can listen to podcasts.
But yeah, keep supporting Dane, and then also support yourself with some solid pickleball paddles. Also, just keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. That's awesome. Leave 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Leave voice memos and follow us on Instagram.
You never read your final thought.
I said my final thought was Mountain Dew.
Fine.
That's what we went with.
Fine. I'm going to Chick-fil-A for dinner.
Okay. Also, you heard earlier, still keep Dane in your prayers. He still needs them.
I still have cancer.
Yeah, so still do that. I shouldn't be laughing.
Why? But I had somebody push me down because I had cancer the other day. Hey, this live studio audience is bullies.
They're great. But this has been episode 58 of the Until Next Week podcast. You didn't even push the right button.
Dang it.
We're all good. We'll be seeing you.
Goodbye, people.